I'm Kat Chaos.
And I'm Liz Gomez, also known as Hazy.
And you're listening to Scary Encounters with HazyChaos,
a podcast where we talk to some of our favorite bands and artists
as they share scary encounters they've experienced and live to tell. This episode of Scary Encounters is brought to you by
Anchor, podcasting made easy, anchor.fm.
Mortis Vivendi, the last authentic music brand dedicated to helping musicians and promoting music. mortisvivendi.com.
HJ Tidy, Night Terror Publishing. Step into the bizarre world of HJ Tidy, who is committed to introducing his readers to some of the most unusual, darker variety of true stories. NightTerrorPub.com.
Sayasha Gianna, cosmic shaman, psychic medium, multi-dimensional healer, animal whisperer, teacher of empaths, healers, and starseeds. Are your encounters hitting too close to home? Contact Sayasha Gianna. Patreon.com/Sayasha.
Voided, spooky artist who offers hand-painted, one-of-a-kind items, spooky pins, prints, stickers, and more. Lost in a void of what is dead. Voided.com.
Get ready to tear it apart. To jump ahead and meet the end before you start. You hope these words. Don't walk on eggshells for me. I'm not fragile like you did. Stop making your.
Hey everyone, this is Emily Whitehurst from Survival Guide. You may remember me as Agent M from the band Tsunami Bomb, and you're listening to Scary Encounters with HazyChaos.
Hey, I'm Kat Chaos.
And I'm Hazy.
This is episode 32 of Scary Encounters
With HazyChaos.
Hey. Super stoked for this interview. It's actually a really big deal for me. She paved the way for me when it comes to music and wanting to be in a band or just play in general. Today we have Emily Whitehurst of Survival Guide, formerly known as Agent M of Tsunami Bomb. How are you?
What a crowd.
We're in a studio. They're too crazy sometimes, so we have to tell them to simmer down a lot, you know?
They're super excited you're here today.
Thank you
That's
for
awesome.
being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well,
Stoked to be
virtually.
here. Yes.
Because you're in Texas, right?
Yes, I am in Texas.
Nice. How long have you been out there?
4 years.
How do you like it?
I like it. There are things in Northern California, just north of San Francisco, and now I live in southern Texas. And the temperature, like, I don't know. I don't know if I still haven't adjusted for sure. After living here for 4 years, it's really hot, especially compared to like north of San Francisco.
Yeah.
But I do really enjoy being in a different place because I had lived in California my whole life, and the people here are really awesome. And one thing I really like about it is just the overall like speed of everything. I feel like in California everything's a lot more stressed out.
Yeah.
And here it's like everyone's pretty relaxed, which is a nice change.
Wow. I wouldn't expect that. I picture it being crazy too.
No, yeah, it's not. I mean, I don't know if maybe it is if you were in Dallas or Houston, you know, maybe it's just San Antonio specifically, but San Antonio is pretty chill in a good way.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you're happy out there, but we can't wait for you to come back. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Right? So what's going on with you? What do you, I saw that you have another project, M and the 501s.
Oh yeah. I just did so I wrote a Christmas song, a country Christmas song, before I left California. And it's like in the style of Patsy Cline.
Wow.
Yeah, I just not randomly, I was asked to write a Christmas song to perform at one Christmas show. And,
okay.
And I finally met some people here that were already in a country band together. And, we recorded the song together. And, so we have the one song.
One song.
They're called the 501s, and they have their own stuff. And, so I just asked if like their band would be into, doing M in the 501s.
Dang, what an honor.
I like that.
That's really cool. I actually heard it. It's really fun.
Yeah, you can do it all.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you did
that range though.
Right? Your range is ridiculous. I remember that was the first thing I noticed about your range. I don't know, it's just different obviously I discovered you with Tsunami Bomb, and I remember I was young. I had to be no older than 13. It was my first time being at a concert. And
That's awesome.
I was walking around and I heard your voice from afar, and I'm like, whoa, that sounds really cool. I need to find who that is. And when you run from stage to stage, like back in the day.
At Warped Tour, you're saying Warped Tour, yeah.
Yes, and I found you and I was like, oh, that's it. I need to be here. I need to meet her. I need to be her friend. But I noticed your range was just so dope, and it wasn't just screaming like usual punk band singers were. It was just very melodic and very cool.
I think what had me, aside from your voice, you're very talented. But I think the show that you showed me not recently, when we first started hanging out, Kat, was when she was wearing the Smiths shirt.
Oh, it was the
was it in Pomona?
Was it the Glass House?
The Glass House,
That's
yes,
right.
yes.
I was like, oh
yeah,
I love her. That's
She
it.
loves the Smiths, so I think you got her with that. Yeah, I was in the crowd for that one too, and I spotted myself, my little ass self in the crowd. I was like, oh my God.
Oh, no way.
Yes,
That's awesome.
Several times. So funny. It takes me back.
That's so cool.
But yeah, so I've been a huge supporter of yours since you were literally my first female punk musician that I discovered. So
that's awesome. Thank you so much.
Of course. It's a really big deal right now. And I got Liz into you guys, and everything you do is just super dope. Then we saw Survival Guide for the first time, I think, at Alex's bar.
That's right, in Orange County.
Yeah.
Or Anaheim.
No,
awesome.
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Yeah. That was really cool. Just so different. I just feel like you can just do anything. You did a bunch of covers recently, too.
Yeah, I released a covers album this summer that were all requests from my patrons, because I have a Patreon, and I let them, decide what songs I should do. Yeah.
That is so cool. I think you had David Bowie on there, Madonna, just random stuff. It was just, but you did it.
It is random. It is super random.
Do you have
I actually have more. I have a bunch more, and I'm hoping to release another album's worth, at least one album's worth.
Yes.
The next one, I think, I'm not totally sure, but I think the next one is going to be all punk rock. Because as you can imagine, not necessarily punk rock in style, but like a lot of my patrons also know me from Tsunami Bomb too. So the songs that they requested are like from punk bands, some of them. So I'm kind of going to group those together, like some AFI, some Misfits, and
how fun!
What?
And I'm excited about that one.
Looking forward to that. Quick question though, out of all the covers you've done for your Patreons, which one would you say is your favorite?
Oh, that's a really hard question.
Top 3.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I had a lot of fun doing. What was I going to say? Oh, there's so many. I've done like 30 of them now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're just sitting there right now. They need to be like mixed. I need to mix them a little better and kind of shape them up a little bit. But I would say one of my favorites for sure is I did a cover. Oh, you know what? This one might not come out because I did a cover of The Start, who also played that show at Alex's bar.
Oh my God. Yes.
If someone requested Shakedown.
Oh my God.
And I took that and I turned it into a disco song, like a full on like 70s disco song. So that was super fun.
And you're not,
And I don't know if it'll see the light of day because for me to distribute cover songs, they have to be ones that are already out, that are like available, so that the artist can get paid. Because like it's all like legal stuff, you know. Like I have to make sure to set it up so like all of the artists who wrote all these songs are the ones that are getting paid from my release. And the songs have to be like that record isn't out, that record from the start. It's like you can't find it on Spotify or anywhere. Man. Except for like bootlegs on YouTube. Like that's where I had to go to get. I know I have a CD of it somewhere, but
can't you just hit them up and be like, "Hey, can you release this real quick?"
Yeah, I don't know. I might be able to. Maybe. I did send it to them, and they were stoked on it.
I remember when you guys played. Well, when you played that with The Start and Bella Novella. Remember that, Liz?
Oh yeah,
right, yeah.
Because they're our friends. We've worked with them for events and stuff, and we saw that lineup and we were like, "Oh my God, what the hell?" Because The Start hasn't been around in a long time.
Yeah, that was like a kind of a reunion show for them, I feel like, or like at least a like a special one-off type thing.
It was gnarly. It was so good. Alex's bar is cool.
That was really fun.
Shout out to Alex's bar too.
Yeah, that was a fun show. I remember it was like super packed.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can manage to release that one. I would love to hear that. Disco, what? That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I can always send it to you.
Yay. I won't do anything with it. I'll just listen to it by myself.
Okay.
That's so cool. So what else do you have planned? Do you have anything going on right now that you want to promote? Any shows coming up? Yeah.
Currently I'm not playing a lot of shows because I've been working on writing my album.
Nice.
I'm working on my second full length for Survival Guide, and it's just been really hard. But I am also a few months ago, I started a Twitch channel, and I've been doing, I'm not sure when my next one is because I think I'm going to change my schedule, but I've been doing live performances of, like, I've been learning, I have a few covers and I have songs from my own catalog, just from like all of my bands that I've been in, that I have like sort of adapted to be able to play them by myself, either on the piano or just with a bass guitar.
Nice.
So I'm kind of like singing a cappella. I'm not much of an instrumentalist, but it's fun to get to sing some of these old songs again that I haven't done in forever.
Wow.
That sounds fun.
You don't even need an instrument, dude. Like your range, like we said, your range is just ridiculous. It's so good.
Well, actually, real quick, you said you just started your Twitch. Is there a specific handle that we should be looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Survival Guide Music.
Okay.
It's all one word.
And what about Patreon?
I read my mind.
Yeah, I'm still doing the Patreon. I've got the main thing I've got going on there is I do a karaoke stream once a month, and I also do a DJ stream, like where I do a vinyl DJ set from my vinyl collection once a month.
Wow.
And what else? There's a lot. Like you get exclusive stickers, exclusive pin depending on what tier you are. And
okay.
You're such a boss. I love that.
What's your handle for that?
Most everywhere it's Survival Guide without any vowels. So it's just SR, like Instagram and everything is SRVVLGD.
Got it. Okay.
And the search function on Patreon is not great.
Okay.
So I think if you just type in Survival Guide like normal in the search, I think it comes up that way.
Okay, I'll find it and we'll put it in the bio for this episode, and anybody who wants to
that'd
join,
be
they
awesome.
can just click it. You can do that.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That'd be cool.
Very cool. Survival Guide. When did you decide, okay, let me just go solo and do whatever the fuck I want and use a megaphone and a keyboard and everything that you use? It's just bubble machine, a bubble gun. Like it's just so different, but you make it work. When did you decide that you wanted to do that, and what inspired you?
So it was kind of a natural transition out of the action design.
Oh, yes.
Because Jason, who was the guitar player of the action design, Jason and I just kind of felt like continuing with something that was a little more open musically and instrumental wise, even though we pared down to a 2-person band, because we opened it to electronic style stuff. We felt like we were able to do more. And then at one point he had a daughter and he wasn't able to continue doing Survival Guide. So we just kind of like parted ways in a friendly way. And now I do it myself.
Okay.
And that's it.
You know what? I did not know he was in it with you at first.
Yeah, he played guitar. So all the guitar that's on the record was him playing.
Well, shout out to him. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's another funny story. I remember years, obviously Tsunami Bomb broke up and I was always having faith that they'd get back together, blah, blah, blah. And I remember years later I went to Warped Tour. I think I was like a late teen maybe or early 20s. And I heard your voice again. And I thought,
oh yeah.
I was like, hold on, what the fuck?
I know that.
And I know that voice. And I ditched who I was with and I started running to the stage and it was you, but it was the action design. And I said, hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. Your voice is just very recognizable. Very. And like
That's
I
so
said,
cool.
we'll support whatever the fuck you do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It could be a polka project and we'll be there.
Maybe that'll be next.
I mean, you never know. You know what else might be kind of cool is like lullabies, but by you.
Oh, that would be fun.
That would be kind of fun.
Korn did
Yeah.
it, right?
Who did it?
Korn, Sheets and Ladders.
They did.
And they killed it.
Dang. Well, that was fun.
That's awesome.
Shit.
Wait, quick
yes.
little side thing.
Okay, what?
Now that I'm bringing that up.
Don't embarrass me. What?
No, it's not you. It's
Okay,
me.
good.
I was in middle school and, we listened to Korn, me and my friends, and we were all learning how to play instruments at that time. So, we wanted to do something heavy for our talent show. And we actually ended up learning Sheets and Ladders.
Dang.
Because it was like kind of appropriate. It's like
Yeah.
we're still kids doing a lullaby, but it's kind of hard.
And you did it?
We ended up not going on stage, but
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I wish I would have had that.
that's such
that
a cool
memory, but
cover too.
It was fun.
Well, how about me and you learn it and we do it?
Okay, I'll do the
there you go.
vocals.
Okay. M, would you like to do the vocals? I'm just kidding. Imagine that. Oh shit, Korn version. Oh no. Anyways, shit. Ah, man. Anywho, so we did send you a couple questions that we ask every guest on the podcast since I think I want to say season 2, right? We started?
Yes, ma'am.
And they've been a hit. It's just like, I feel like we get to know you guys on a whole different level with these questions and people listening too, because they're not questions that everybody just asks anybody,
Right.
So we'll go ahead and start with the first one. If you can bring back any celebrity from the dead for a day, who would it be and why?
Yeah, this was a really hard question for me. I spent a lot of time thinking about this because one day, first of all, I'm assuming that the question is like, bring them back for a day so they can hang out with me,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So
you guys can do whatever you want. It's all up to you.
Okay. So I can the only thing I thought of was like really questioning them because I would like to learn, from a celebrity, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And so at first I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I would bring back a female vocalist from a previous era to find out what it was like. And I was thinking maybe Billie Holiday or Patsy Cline. I've been thinking about her a lot lately. But I kind of changed my mind because I'm more curious about someone, okay, I decided to choose David Bowie.
I knew you
That's
were going to
the
say
short
that.
answer.
I thought
Did
so.
you?
That is so weird. I was waiting for it. I was like, she's going to say Bowie for sure.
He's like
That is weird.
He's like a guest favorite. Like
A lot of people have chosen him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I never
Well,
really...
I was thinking that because it's not like he's my favorite musician of all time,
Mm-hmm.
but he just had such a creative and vast and interesting career his entire life. And that's kind of what I mean, obviously I'm no David Bowie, but like that must have been a dream for him to just
sure.
be able to continue to be creative and just kind of, it seemed like he did whatever he wanted and that it was all awesome. And I would love to have him as a mentor for one day to just like find out what that was like. And, what did he do when he doubted him? Did he ever doubt himself? How did he get past that? He obviously kept going, and it's impressive, like everything that he did.
I feel like I literally just said that maybe like 5 minutes ago, that everything you do is badass and you're doing what you want. And it's kind of, I'm not saying you're David Bowie, obviously, but you just said you wanted to talk to him because he's doing that, but you're doing it too, dude. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, you're literally doing whatever
that is true.
Whatever the fuck you want. You still have a following.
that range though.
Once more.
But it's not just like in vocals; it's like in music genres.
Yeah.
You're all over the place.
You can do punk. You can do covers, but make them disco. Like you can do country now. Apparently, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So give yourself some credit. Maybe he'll ask you some questions.
Thank you. That does make me feel a little better.
There's the crowd.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, everybody.
you.
They're going crazy for you.
They all agree. Oh, they're throwing their bras. Okay, simmer down.
Simmer down.
No, that was a really good answer. And honestly, I don't know why I knew you were going to say that, but I just knew. You did too, Liz?
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Right?
That's so funny.
That's kind of weird.
That's funny because it was really hard for me to think. I was just sitting there like thinking and thinking
And then you
about
said
that
Billie
question.
Holiday, Patsy, and I'm like, nope, that's not your answer though. I love it. Thank you for that one. Thank you. Next one.
Okay, so question number 2. If you were on death row or on your deathbed, what would you choose as your last meal?
Yeah, this one was still hard because I love food so much and I love almost all of it. But I decided that one of my favorite things that I think would be very comforting, whether I was on death row or on my deathbed, would be a dish that my mom always made that is, that's like a family favorite, that is this dish that's rigatoni with pepperoni.
Oh.
It sounds so random, but it's really delicious. It's pretty simple. It's like a sort of a one-pot thing with rigatoni and obviously pepperoni and some chopped up tomatoes and onions and cream and a ton of garlic. And I would want it with extra tomatoes and onions because that's how I like it. When I make it, I put a ton of that in there. And I'd probably have a side of roasted broccoli because I do love veggies a lot. And then I would have to have some sort of dessert because I am a sugar addict and I love baked goods. So I would request some freshly baked chocolate peanut butter chip cookies.
Oh my God.
That sounds good. You know, it's funny.
That was great.
I remember how much I hate this question because I'm always like, oh yeah, that sounds great. And then my mouth's so watery. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not eating right now.
I'm all drooling on the mic. Good thing this is my mic. COVID and shit, you know? But Liz, I don't think she answered what you always ask.
Yeah, I mean, well, what are you washing all that food down with? Like,
What kind of drink?
Oh, what kind of beverage? Oh man, I didn't even think of that at all. Well, let's see. I mostly drink. See, I don't know if it would go with it. Mostly, I drink water. These are my 3 drinks. Would be either water, or black coffee, or a cocktail. And I think if I had to pick a cocktail, my favorite one would be a Singapore sling. I don't know if you're into cocktails at all, or
What
some
is-
sort of, let's just say a tiki drink. It's a tiki drink that's got like a bunch of the tiki drinks always have 50 ingredients, but it's a really good one. If you can get the stuff to make it at home, which is what I do, it's so good. It's just really good.
What's it called again?
A Singapore sling.
And it has 50 ingredients. Go ahead and name them all, please. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's probably like 8 or 10 ingredients. It's got gin, lime juice, pineapple juice, cherry liqueur. What else? It probably has a cherry in it. I can't remember. It's a Benedictine, maybe some bitters,
Wow.
some orange liqueur probably. It's got like just a variety of ingredients, and it's really delicious.
Is that what you would choose?
I think so. Yeah.
Or the black coffee or the water?
We can go with all three. It's fine.
All three.
I'm sure.
Fuck it. Fuck it. Go out in style.
You do you, girl. It's
So that works for me. Yeah, I'm into it.
Damn, that was. I love when people choose like homemade dishes, like that their mom made, their grandma made. We've gotten a lot of those. It's like
yeah, it's really
warms
nice.
my black heart.
Yeah, I think
You have a heart.
I was just thinking about the death, especially death row. If
Yeah.
I'm like feeling good and I can eat whatever I want, I think that would just make me feel like really comforted, like everything's going to be okay, and because I'm reminiscing about my mom and growing up and being at home and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I feel it.
My answer was one of my mom's dishes too, her homemade tacos and tostadas. Oh my God.
mhm.
It's just like, I think it's something about that homemade dish that just makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Doesn't matter where you are, like on death row.
Totally,
You know?
totally.
What was yours again?
Yeah.
Liz?
Man, it switches up. It changes.
What is it
every
today?
season. You know what? Well, I mean, with the holidays just passing, I would probably say home cooked meals. We actually just made tamales with my mom,
Oh yeah.
and for Christmas, so that was pretty fun. I think I just like that experience a lot, but the tamales were pretty good.
Is that what you would choose
I'm gonna choose that for today.
for today?
And
Tamales are so good.
That-
I
are
love
good.
them.
I'm gonna say that, and your mom's tacos too. Actually,
Right?
Yeah.
They're just so good. I don't know what she does. I don't know. She doesn't do the homemade, the store-bought shells. She literally makes everything from scratch. So,
And tostadas.
and tostadas, it's just
And the way she like marinates the
the meat.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she
That
does
sounds
it.
amazing.
It's really good.
Let's go right now.
I know. She lives up north, so we can't just go whenever we want, but it's okay. So shout out to the moms, right?
Yes.
Oh, there they are again. Well, thank you for taking time to answer those questions and really thinking about your answers. I think you gave detail, which a lot of people don't. We have to like pull it out of them. That was great.
They're like roast beef sandwich.
And that's it. And that's it.
With a side of pizza.
We just spoke to in the last episode Nicolette from Go Betty Go, and we mentioned
cool.
we mentioned we were going to talk to you today, and she was all excited. She's like, "Oh my God, how cool!" Like, and it's just crazy talking to both of you from one week to the next. It's like fuck, like I don't know. It's just a trip, and I just can't thank you enough for doing this with us. It's just so much fun.
No problem at all. I'm glad that it worked out
I am
finally.
too. I feel like we've been trying to do this for a couple seasons now,
Yeah.
but here we are now. So thank you.
Yes.
So this podcast is called Scary Encounters. What do you have for us? You gave me a little gist, but I kind of forgot what it was. What's going on?
Yeah. So to tell your listeners, the reason why I haven't been a guest until now is that I could not think of any scary encounters that I had.
Yeah.
I thought really long and hard, and I just never, it just took so long for it to come to me. And even the ones that I have are not that scary. So it's, I think that's why I couldn't remember them.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that one thing happened that one time. And I actually have two, but neither of them are very scary. So I went to Savannah on a trip with my husband. He was my boyfriend at the time. And we went to, the first thing was we went to have you seen Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil?
No.
Oh, okay. It's a movie that's set in Savannah.
Okay.
And Savannah is supposedly really haunted. So you'd like it. You should go. Have you been?
No, never. Never even heard of it.
Oh, what? Yeah, Savannah, Georgia. You should go, and they have so many ghost tours that I didn't do because ghosts scare me. Like, I totally believe in them, and they scare me. So we didn't do a ghost tour, but there are so many different ones, and every place you go, they talk about, like, restaurants and everywhere. They're like, this is where the pirate ghost lives in this corner. So they're like,
basically everything's haunted there.
Yeah.
It's all about the land.
Everything is haunted there. Yeah, and it was like a really big trading, it's like a port city, a really old port city. So there were lots of pirates there and stuff. So probably lots of murders.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But anyway, so this movie, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, we went to a cemetery that's featured in that movie, which is why I mention it. And I just love going to cemeteries in general. And there was one grave site there, like this little plot that was for a young girl who was like 3 or 4, I want to say. And it told the whole story of her on her headstone. And we tried to take pictures of it, and none of the they all were like just white. Like you couldn't take a picture of her grave site.
Wow.
Which is just kind of weird and creepy, but she must have not wanted pictures taken.
No pictures,
of her.
Please.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like they just came out like literally just a white, like you took a picture of a whiteboard or something.
Would you happen to have any of those pictures?
I do somewhere. I think I could look.
Okay.
This was a while. It was probably like 2008.
Oh,
So it might be hard to find them. But I can look. If I come across them, I will send them to you.
Okay,
Awesome.
cool. And you said that it kind of gave a little story about her. Did it tell how she passed
Yeah,
away?
it did, but I don't quite remember. I think it was from illness.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a really old cemetery.
Yeah.
But it was definitely like I wonder, I bet I could find it out because it was the type of cemetery where there are lots of regular headstones and graves, and then there are some that are like kind of more special,
Yeah.
like more elaborate,
like
or
the
there's
big
a
ones.
story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and hers, it's not like she had a huge monument, but it was obvious that there was something about her that was special, and I just can't remember what. I should have tried to look it up before this interview.
It's okay.
But yeah, I can try and find it.
That is crazy.
Afterward.
You know what kind of stuck out to me is you don't like ghosts, you're scared of them, but you like hanging out in cemeteries?
I know. I was going to say, I know that's a weird combo. I'm like, but I don't feel like there's usually ghosts in cemeteries. I don't know. I don't think that's where they hang out.
Well, maybe not ghosts, but definitely like, what's the word? Spirits, entities.
I mean, I don't think every single person that's buried is going to be at their cemetery.
Maybe the ones that haven't moved on yet. I don't know. I guess that's
Sayasha, we need your help.
One of our friends is a shaman, like a Reiki master, psychic medium, all of the above.
Oh, cool.
And she hangs out in cemeteries quite often to literally communicate with people who haven't moved on yet to help them move on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so from the stories she's told us, there are some that are kind of like stuck that need help to move to the other side. So she kind of visits some cemeteries, local ones, and just sits there, and they come to her, in however way she does her thing. But it's a trip. Cemeteries are very
That's cool.
Yeah, cemeteries are very interesting, and
lots
they're
of different stories and timelines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love them.
What makes you love them? Why do you like hanging out in them? How do you feel in them?
Well, I grew up across the street from a cemetery.
Ah.
Like my house was literally just right across the street. And my grandparents actually owned the funeral home in our town.
Oh.
So I have kind of always been around death in a way. And you would think that would actually make me more comfortable with ghosts, but I think it just makes me believe in them more and feel more scared about them, because I really think they're kind of everywhere. But I've never felt like threatened by ghosts in a cemetery. They always seem so peaceful to me, even though it's sad. I mean, you see people grieving, and of course I have people buried in cemeteries, and it just, I don't know. There's just something really peaceful and beautiful about them to me.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I can see that too. A lot of people think, oh, it's just scary and ghosts, and they kind of have a bad rep. But if you really think about it, all these people are put at rest, and they're at peace now.
Sometimes like the landscape's all beautiful. I mean,
it's a beautiful place. We recently went to up north to visit my family, and my nephew, he passed away at age 8, and he just got a new he just got a new headstone. So we went to visit him to see it, and it was awesome. But we kind of just sat there, and I was looking around, and I'm thinking, wow, like it was a beautiful day too. It was me and my family and Liz, and we kind of take blankets and just sit there in front of his grave and just reminisce or whatever, and memories. And I'm thinking, like, I felt, like you said, peaceful. I felt peaceful, and I felt that happy for the people there, because they were resting, and they were at peaceful.
I'm pretty sure that he wanted to let us know that he was happy we were there. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was crazy. The gravestone next to him, what was hanging or something, or the vase just fell over?
No, it was actually on his.
Was it on his?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember.
And it kind of just like fell over. There was no wind. There was nothing. And I was like,
It just fell over like.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like some flowers just tipped over on his, and we were like, oh, like, hi.
Like he was like, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
I remember being like, oh, and I looked at your mom, and she just smiled. She's like, he's here. And I'm like, oh.
Stuff like that always happens to us. It's me, my mom, and my 2 sisters, and we're constantly reminded that a piece of his spirit is still with each of us. We're firm believers in that. He was just so special to all of us in different ways. So, I'm sure he's still like, hey, what's up? I'm still here. He just makes it, because there's always times where we go through shit and we just want some comfort. So he's always there to remind us that he's there to comfort us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cemeteries, yes, they are very peaceful, and it's not weird that you like them.
It actually makes sense, because if you grew across the street from them, it's like you've been around it, so you've been accustomed to
familiarized with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom grew up across the street from a cemetery as well, and I remember like she had pretty much like similar stories. Like
interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you
said, I also like being able to see, like, I like seeing just kind of strolling through and just being there to see the other people's gravestones who don't have visitors, just to kind of, like, I don't do anything elaborate or anything, but I'm just like, I think they're happy that when people walk by and like notice them and stuff,
Totally.
Actually, yeah. My nephew's, I call her his neighbor. Yeah. The gravestone next to him, her name was Guadalupe, and it was so sad because her gravestone was just full of weeds and just messy, and just, you could barely read it. Like, it was just really bad. So I got up and I cleaned it up. I pulled out all the weeds. I just made it presentable, and I just felt, I wiped it down. It was nice and clean when we left, and I just felt like, okay, cool. Like, if you're going to be my nephew's roommate, like, you got to look good too,
Yeah, girl.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I totally understand.
I think we were like,
ooh,
Guadalupe looked good.
Yeah, she did look good afterwards. Gave her a little haircut,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, a lot of people don't believe in the whole spiritual stuff, but I do. I'm a firm believer. It sounds like you are too.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, and as far as being like scared of ghosts, I'm not scared of, I wouldn't be scared of like a nephew or someone that I know isn't like haunting me, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I am more scared of any like angry ghosts
Oh yeah.
that are angry at being trapped here, or, you know, whatever they're angry about.
Right? Because they do exist. And then the whole like demonic stuff and all that, obviously that stuff is extremely scary.
I got the chills.
Yeah.
Right? And that exists too. There's good and evil and everything. That's for
Yeah.
sure. That's for sure. What else you got for us?
I'm good and cat is evil.
Oh yeah. Oh, so the second thing was on that same trip, and this was a little more fun and not. I mean, the photo thing wasn't. I wasn't scared by either of these things, but they were encounters, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
The second thing was we were actually walking through a separate cemetery at night, which was like creepy in a fun way. And because there was one kind of like in the middle of town that we had to walk through to get back to our place. And I saw this tree that was sort of lit in just a really weird, unique kind of way. And it just looked like a really interesting tree. And for some reason, I felt compelled to take a photo of this tree. And I took my camera out and was looking through it and saw this light in the tree that was almost like, it was almost orb-like, a small light. And it looked really weird. And I could only see it through the camera. And like, you know, I put the camera down like, I don't see it. Is it gone? And I put the camera back up and it's there. And then it's moved in a really unnatural way from one part of the tree to like a higher up, further part of the tree. That was just like, that's, you know, because I'm looking at it thinking, is it a light from behind the tree? Like maybe it's someone's window. And then it just moved to a different part of the tree in a dramatic way.
Whoa. So
yeah.
You're saying like an orb?
Yeah. It was like, I mean, when I was looking at it, I felt really confident that it was some sort of spirit, because it just, the tree itself caught my eye for no reason at all. And then when I went to take a picture of it, it was just a strange looking light, and it was only visible through the camera. And I'm so sad that I wasn't like filming, because I would have actually caught the movement. I'm going to look, you know, if I can find the photos from that trip, then I will see, if I have photos of that. That would be really awesome to supplement your podcast.
It would.
Yeah, it's doubtful that I will find them, because I have so many like various hard drives with old photos everywhere, but I'm going to look.
Okay, cool. So you think it was a spirit? You don't think it was like anything like extraterrestrial or anything like that, right?
That crossed my mind.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just assumed, because I was in a cemetery, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought, and you know, Savannah being so like ghost centric, I just figured,
oh, that's right,
I'm in Savannah, so I'm going to see, you know, if there's something weird, it's probably a ghost.
That's pretty crazy how you couldn't see it with your naked eye, but with technology, you know? With a camera.
Well, that's usually how it happens, right? The person taking a picture doesn't see the apparition in the photo, but like once the photo has been developed, you're like, wait, what is that?
Yeah.
And it's like the camera usually captures something. So that's pretty interesting.
I wonder what that was. Maybe it was the little girl.
Maybe.
She's all, hey, stop taking pictures
following
of
us.
me.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of extraterrestrial, do you believe in that?
I totally do.
You do?
Yes, for sure. I feel like the universe is too big for there not to be other life out there.
That's what I say too. Like, come on. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no way our planet is so I mean, obviously it is unique, but like it can't be that unique with how big the universe is.
Right.
Agreed.
We've had some guests on the show who have seen, you know, who have had extraterrestrial sightings. I think Bonnie from Death Valley Girls was on here
Oh, that's right.
last season, and she was saying that she saw a UFO at a party with several people. Everybody saw it, you know, and
Oh, wow.
we also had someone else write in like a close to home encounter, and she said that she believed she was abducted, and
Oh, wow.
it was a trip. It was a trip, honestly, and I don't know.
I don't know if I've mentioned this story, but there was one time where I was talking to my dad, and he's big on the whole UFO thing and extraterrestrials. So there was one day where I'm hanging out in my room. My mom's like, Liz, come outside. Hurry, your dad's calling you. I was like, well, what's up? Just tell me. It's like, just come outside. I was like, okay. So I'm walking out, and I see my dad looking up into this, to the sky with this like grin on his face. And I'm like, what are you looking at? So I look up, and there's like 12 different red lights in the sky. And
Whoa.
yeah, it was crazy because I was like, oh my God.
Were they like in formation, or?
They were a little scattered, but they were just, I've never seen anything like that before.
Oh.
And me and my dad were just staring at it, and one by one, each light just started kind of fading out.
Oh.
And it was a trip. I don't know if anyone from the Baldwin Park area or 626 area, if you guys have experienced things like that before, please reach out. I'd like to.
Or any area.
Yeah,
actually.
any area.
Yeah.
But
yeah. But for that specific one, the red lights?
yeah, I was in Baldwin Park for that one. So.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So you've seen them?
I guess so.
Well,
It was
shit.
Kat's
That's
family.
crazy.
Yeah. She always says they're my family, which they probably are. I look like one, yeah. Yeah, we are firm believers here in this home of UFOs and ETs. Like you said, I agree. I always say that too. This universe is so big. You're going to tell me we're the only living beings besides animals and such that exist. Then there's other
It's so
planets.
unlikely.
Come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But the people who don't believe in them, I respect you too. Everybody has their own opinions, you know.
Their own experiences. Yeah.
Their own experiences too. Yeah, it's just... But yeah, we've had crazy stories about abduction, about sightings, about just crazy shit.
I live with one. Just kidding.
Which is me. She's talking about me. So if you, dude, this means so much to us, like I said already. We appreciate you making time for this. We know you're busy.
No problem
with
at all.
everything, and we're here to promote you in any way we can. Let us know if you have any shows or anything coming up. We're down to put some links in your episode bio and all that. We'll put your Patreon definitely and your Twitch,
Instagram.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, I'd love to see more people coming to Patreon and Twitch. I'm just really enjoying both of them because I get to really connect with people, and it's awesome. It's people are they're both a little bit different from each other. Patreon's a little more involved and in depth, and Twitch is a little more casual. But you can just like come show up to a Twitch stream and request a Tsunami Bomb song or an action design or survival guide, and it's super fun.
That's so rad. So you still do cover action design, Tsunami Bomb, all that. You still do that?
Yeah. I decided to just like, because I know that that's what people know me from is from Tsunami Bomb, and I'm not trying to like cover the songs or. I mean, I wrote the lyrics,
Yeah.
So I do.
It's your song, technically.
Yeah.
It's part of your song, part of yours too. So that's dope.
Yeah. So I do whatever songs I've written, and then I actually do some covers as well, like some random covers on my song list.
We don't have a Twitch, but I think we're about to sign up after this.
You should. It's so fun.
Because I have a couple of requests.
I know. I'm going to request the Smiths.
What would you request from like my stuff? Because I'm like I would love to eventually learn all of my own songs. I can sing them all a cappella, but I need some music to go, so I kind of have to learn them all.
Dude,
but
acapella is so dope, though. I would love to hear your acapella. I don't even care what you're singing. But when it comes to, let's see, the action design, I personally love Connect Disconnect. That's my favorite.
Okay, I haven't learned that one yet. That's on my list.
Really?
I've gotten that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've gotten the request, but I haven't.
That's my
Haven't learned it
personal
yet.
favorite. As far as Tsunami Bomb, shit, I know literally every song. I would have to say the first one that came to mind, Al Diablo is obviously dope.
Oh, okay, I can do that one.
Have you not yet?
No, I have.
Oh,
I have been doing that
you
one.
You have, okay.
Yeah.
Let me get you then. Let me get you.
I had a lot of fun covering Not Forever.
Oh, fun.
Yes, we did.
That's awesome.
We did. It was a good time. That was an old school one. We're in a all-female punk band, so we do nothing but covers. And we did Not Forever. We do Susie and the Banshees, X Respect, stuff like that.
Yeah, and we donate all the money that we make from every show to different charities. So we have fun, and then we still get to help out. So it's been a lot of fun with that.
That's awesome.
Okay, I have one for you.
Okay.
No Good, Very Bad Day.
Okay, yeah, I haven't. Wait. No, I do have that one.
Damn it.
That one actually was a Plinky song,
Yeah.
which is you know about Plinky.
Damn, I sure do. Come on. I sure do. Damn it. Okay.
So yeah, since that was a Plinky song, I actually wrote the bass on that, so I do that one on bass.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Marionette, you don't do that.
Oh no, I certainly don't. I haven't done that one.
Then there
That
you
is
go.
That's a super deep cut.
There you go. Now you have homework.
That's funny. Yeah.
Man,
Well, I
super
haven't learned Not Forever yet, so I do
Okay.
need to do that one too.
Dang, that one.
That's a good one.
That one's actually really, really fun to do. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Okay. Well, shit. Now I'm all excited. I'm all shaky. I'm all hot.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go. Anyways, dude, again, thank you so much for making time for us, for sharing your stories,
For making our day.
making our day.
Oh,
and
thanks for having me.
Making us want to join Twitch.
Yes.
There they are again. Last one, you guys. Simmer down. Thank you. Anyways, we hope you have a good night. We hope to see you soon. Hopefully when you do shows here in LA, we'll be there for sure.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Front and center, baby.
Awesome.
Again, if you ever need
That'd be
anything from
fantastic.
us, we're here for you. And we support anything you do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure. And anybody tuning in, thank you for listening. Tune in next Thursday for some more
Scary stories and chisme.
This episode of Scary Encounters is brought to you by
Anchor. Podcasting made easy. Anchor.fm.
Mortis Vivinti, the last authentic music brand dedicated to helping musicians and promoting music. MortisVivinti.com.
HJ Tidy. Night Terror Publishing. Step into the bizarre world of HJ Tidy, who is committed to introducing his readers to some of the most unusual, darker variety of true stories. NightTerrorPub.com.
Sayasha Gianna, cosmic shaman, psychic medium, multidimensional healer, animal whisperer, teacher of empaths, healers, and starseeds. Are your encounters hitting too close to home? Contact Sayasha Gianna. Patreon.com/Sayasha.
Voided. Spooky artist who offers hand-painted, one-of-a-kind items, spooky pins, prints, stickers, and more. Lost in a void of what is dead. Voided.com.